welcome back to my channel. Today is Slumlord Day. I'm the Slumlord. This is my castle. This is how I dress. I pay myself. People have asked and commented on my channel several. Jeff, is there other things that you do that is frugal that maybe we can learn from, or some tips that you can give? Well, let's go on a journey. So yes, you name it. Gardener, pool man, electrician, plumber, house remodel, cabinetry, redoing, painter, you name it. I'll take it on. Come along, let's stay frugal. Watch my videos. Tell me what you think. Now, I am not a plumber, and plumbing is the one thing I absolutely hate doing, but I'll do it. When I see the costs, to have a plumber come out, call me. I'm on board. Grab me my plumber's tape, a pair of pipe pliers, screwdriver, I'm set to go. This isn't the first one I've replaced in my life, but there's a garbage disposal right there. I had to replace it. It's as simple to do. It's as far as you have to do is just remove 4 screws up here. It drops the pins. You can turn this one off, unplug it, put a new one back in. That's simple, you're done. I was tired of the drab, ugly, outdated look of these cabinets when we moved in, much like the outfit I'm wearing today, outdated. I can change that. I decided to also change these. Let me show you what I did. We called for an estimate. To have these cupboards refaced, they wanted $15,000. To have all the cabinets replaced, they wanted $35,000. To have them painted, they wanted $8,000. Frugal Jeff and Tightwad Kevin said, oh hell no, I can take this on. So, little at a time, you can do this if you choose to. Do one cabinet door at a time, take your time. It took me a week to do this kitchen. Removed the doors, sanded them, sanded all the wooden hardware inside. Then I primed them, painted them, and put on new hardware. Isn't that gorgeous? Even the insides, got it all done. Cost me $690 in material. The labor, priceless. Then I took it a step further. The bathroom, you know, the place where you go rest. I was tired of looking at drab, old, tired, odd house look. It was time for an update. So I grabbed my hammer, I broke off the old motel mirror look, put up my new mirror, installed my new light fixture, 3 wires, you're done. Painted the walls and redid the cabinets. After doing the cabinets, I thought, hell, we need water. So I changed out the itself as well as the shower head. All that got repaired. Jeff did it. Guess what? $342 later, I had a new bathroom. By this point, I was dangerous. There was no stopping me now. I took on the master bath. Here we go. I took every door off one at a time, sanded them, primed them, painted them, and put on the same new hardware I put in the kitchen, so we at least matched. Even did the inside of the doors. Then I broke out the old motel mirror and hung up a new beautiful one that we found. Isn't that gorgeous? And of course, I had to see what was going on. So we put in a new light fixture. Simple enough. 3 wires, you're done. And replaced out the faucets. Then we had someone come in and lay new tiling. Isn't that great? Look, my younger years, oh my. Well, the garage is part of the house. That's my theory. When you come into a house, you come through the garage, you want it to look like you own it and respect it. So we took that on too. I laid epoxy on the floor, painted, put on my little sprinkles, and I drove right up. Isn't that gorgeous? Looks wonderful, doesn't it? Then I took on a roller and a paintbrush, no stopping me. Painted the walls all the way around and took on the ceiling. Aren't I something? Well, when we bought our house, beautiful thing that we did, we decided to do some changes. These sconces were here when we moved in. I stripped them down to the natural bronze look, spray painted them, and put on a clear coat to keep them from rusting. The challenge was whoever installed them put this one into electricity, and this one sat blank. Now, again, I could have called an electrician, but nope, I decided I'd take that on myself. from this outlet over there and ran the wire inside the tubing or the piping, and right there you are. Now I have light on both sides of the garage outdoors. We're able to heat our pool by using Mother Nature. We have up here on the roof what's called a heat-o-matic. Up here on the flat part of the roof, going over the top, we have a system called a heat-o-matic. It is like a solar. It's rubber tubing that runs across racks, lays on the roof. The water pump from the pool pumps water from over on our pump area at the side of the house, up over the roof, onto the top of the roof, heats the water from the sun. Voila, we can heat our pool. It takes electricity, not much, but it was broke. It had some leak. Oh sure, I called a repairman to come out and take a look at it. The heat-o-matic guy, he said it's $175 an hour just to look at it. I thought, I can look cheaper, so I did. Oh, what a sight that was. Picture it, 67 years of age. I YouTubed it, heat-o-matic. There was a YouTube on how to fix and repair. So with that ladder, I pulled my truck out. I put it just where the bed was up against the wall, and I put that ladder in the back of the truck, and up I climbed up over the top. Kevin was appalled that an old 67-year-old guy was in the back of a truck climbing onto a roof. But for what? About $9. I repaired the unit. No leaks, works great. Come along, there's more. My water bill spiked and went up in a period of a couple of months, almost $45 a month. Now look, I like to take a bath like the next guy, but that was out of control. I had to figure out what was wrong, and I discovered it. Out here in the front yard, I have right here the manifolds for my in-ground sprinkler system. There they sit, right there. See them? All four of them were leaking. I had about 2 inches of water sitting in there. So I thought, let's get that fixed. I called me some repair people. Guess what they wanted? They wanted to take over $2,000 out of my pocket to get rid of that leak. I said, oh, hell no. I went on YouTube. I researched how to repair it, and look what I did. 4 new manifolds, replaced them myself. Water leak is done. Replaced all the heads throughout the yard, put in some more tubing, and look how my plants have thrived. Man, I'm proud of myself.
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
You hear that? That's my ring system. There's my camera way up there, and my doorbell right there. Now, I wanted to know when people were at my door, so I installed both of those. Anyone comes up my driveway, my TV pops on, and that annoying sound says, hi, you're being recorded. Nonsense, but I know it's there. Well, I have locked myself out of the house twice. Thank God I left a window unlocked, so I installed this. Put in a code, that'll pop open. You can come on in. Easy thing to do. Having an electric garage door opener like this, the sensors, sometimes the sun gets bright, sometimes your remote control button quits working, so I fixed that issue. For $9 or $10, bought me one of these, programmed it to my garage door opener, and now I'm never locked out. I can drive right on in. We certainly love our pool. There she is. Now it's a little bit too cold. I can't get into it again until probably April. That's okay. However, that pump on that pool that pushes water through, the pad was broke. I couldn't tell what the timer was saying or what it was doing or how to turn it on, turn it off. Neither did my pool guy. The issue is this. This remote control panel, you couldn't see what was going on, so you couldn't program it. I asked my pool guy to fix it. He said he couldn't. He kept looking at it. Told me the best thing he could do is replace it, and that was going to cost me $1,800. I said, I love to swim, girl, but I don't pay that much on trunks. That's why I go naked most of the time. I Googled online how to fix it, and this had to be replaced, of course. But I knew you didn't have to replace the whole thing. That was the only part that didn't work. So I went on Amazon, and I Googled or took a picture of this, and Amazon told me what model it was. I spent about $240. It arrived. I hooked it up myself. I have a video online. Take a look on it on how to repair a pool pump motor display panel. Simple to do. After hooking up my new sprinkler system for my yard, my plants were in heaven. They now could get water and no longer have thirst. They could thrive. The problem was this box. It had an old display panel up here. I'm guessing 20 years old. You couldn't program it, you couldn't read it, you couldn't do anything, and it had to be rewired in order to make it work. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. It really pays off. That's what I do too. I YouTubed how to replace that. For $39 at Lowe's, I got me the Orbit Raintree programmer, and I hooked it up and rewired it myself. I certainly did. All the way under the ground over to that box right there. Hooked it up to the manifolds, and look what my plants have done. They're thriving. We have a sun awning. You can't sit out here on the patio or in the living room at this big old picture window behind me here. It's too bright. Thank God we have this sun awning. It was here when we moved in, of course, but it was all beat up. Now these things were gonna cost you a few $1,000s, and we've had some problems. And again, I thought, how am I gonna fix that? I still have a couple of patches that I have to take care of this fall, which I'm gonna tend to and do another video. You'll find a video on my YouTube channel on what I did. Let me show you. Isn't it nice under here? No sun, but this needs to be fixed. All of this down here was unraveled, torn and broken apart. So I did what I learned in school. Paper mache, but I used cloth and I used glue, and I glued that bitch, and look what? It's holding right up. Now I do have another tear taking place right here, if you can see that. And I'm gonna come up here with a sheet I bought at a thrift shop for a couple dollars, almost the same color. Gonna get my glue, get my brush, get my water. We're gonna get that fixed also. I'm saving me some more money. Well, at this point, I was dangerous. I knew I could do anything. Set my mind to it, I could do it. Anyhow, all of these plants have been put in since I moved in 2 years ago, planted them. But I wanted to be able to see out here at night. So I wired, simple to do, all of my yard lights out here. Everything comes on at night, and I now can see the beauty of my garden. Luminescent in the evenings. One last thing I'll share with you is this. Hear that water fountain? Isn't that great? I love it. I always in my life wanted a water feature with a pool. Now we had a pool in Florida, and I wanted a pool when we moved here, and I wanted a water feature. I love the sound. We didn't have one. We weren't spending the money, so look what I did. Came up with an idea. So I built this all up with rocks. Just got myself a good water fountain for 90 bucks. Put it on a timer, put a plant next to it, and look at nature took over, stained the fountain, making it look like natural rock. And that sound is phenomenal. And the birds love it. They have a place to rest their weary wings and drink water. No more thirst for them either. Boy, I think I've accomplished a lot. There's more. I have videos all over my YouTube channel to take a look at to show you how I did each one of these tasks step by step. Anyhow, that's a quick overview. I'm frugal. I don't call repair people. After the pool guy told me that he couldn't fix my pump, I decided I can do the pool. So I released him, sent him on his way, thanked him, and I save $140 a month, and I maintain the pool myself. Hell, I'm retired. What else have I got to do, right? Except to be a frugal homeowner, taking care of every repair that I can, replacing anything I can affordably, and live a comfortable life. Some people would think that my house is really extravagant, and I went overboard with all the things that we have, but I must tell you, I did it on the penny. I saved a lot of money. We had the outside of the house painted. I didn't do that. We had that contracted. We got 3 or 4 different contractors giving us bids, and we took the lowest one. Of course, it only cost us a little over $4,000 to paint the house. Don't that color look pretty? So everything else I took on myself. So if you've enjoyed the video so far, give me a thumbs up, like it, consider subscribing. You too can be as frugal as you want to be. All you have to do is not be fearful. You can try it yourself, do it yourself. Not everyone has the means, not everybody has the ability, but I just wanted to share with you what I do because I was asked. So take on your day, please subscribe, and let's get moving. Until next time, ciao.